Here we are in Sleepy Hollow, Wyoming. Actually, that's a lie. We're in Gillette, the best a man can get. Sleepy Hollow is a suburb 2 minutes out of town. The developer was funny enough to name it the streets after some of the characters in the famous story, like Ichabod Crane. I'm here after a 12-hour drive from Kansas City. My initial plan was to stay in Sioux Falls, and that got squashed. I pulled into town, and I asked the gentleman sitting at a diner where I was. It was unclear. And he looked at the car with such a conniving grin. It gave me shivers. He told me it was Sioux Falls, so I drove off the lot. I gave Rachel a call. And while I was speaking to her, another guy pulled up on the other side. He was taking a phone call. He gets out of the car and he starts walking over to me, pulling something out of his pocket. So I jump back into the vet as fast as possible and I throw it into gear, and it gives me some trouble, but I get through a red light pretty quick, turn in right, and then I'm out of town. So we're on to the I-90, and I'm talking to Rachel, and I'm saying, where are we going now? And so Rapid City was the destination. Now, most of us in Canada aren't aware, but the end of July and the beginning of August is a special time in South Dakota. It's called the Sturgis. It's a rally where all of America's bikers come to gather, and they spend time with one another. And all of the major cities, it would appear, they become party towns. And it was wonderful driving up the 29 yesterday and then across the I-90, driving with the Sisters of Mercy in my vet. I was paving the way for them. You have to understand that the speed limit out here in these parts is 80 miles an hour. That means the flow of traffic gets to about 140 safely at 85 miles an hour without the risk of a ticket, and 90 miles an hour comfortably for everybody. So here I am in the passing lane with 100 Harleys behind me. And we're just zooming. So I decide I'm going to pass back and I'm going to let them lead. And I didn't understand yet my role in this travel. And as the 100 bikers ahead of me kept on going, I noticed that the motor vehiclists ahead of them wouldn't pass cars in the right-hand lane. They just weren't letting the bikers through. So after about half an hour, I managed to get myself back up to the front of the line, and with the Corvette, I was able to pave a way for all the bikers, and we continued to do about 85 miles per hour through the I-90. If you haven't seen the foothills of South Dakota, you need to. I regret not having the camera turned on. It's the most beautiful scenery that I have ever come across. The hills, they're straight out of a fairy tale. Then you come to Rapid City, and it's in a little bit of a valley. And I came at the night, but there was no inn that would receive us. A one-star hotel was $300 for the night. And man, I had to keep going. I just couldn't afford that on our budget. So here we are now in Gillette. Laser has had the night to rest. He was taking some wear after 12 hours on the road yesterday. Heading towards Bozeman, Montana, past Billings. I have to be conscious of 5-hour legs for the next 4 days so that I can meet Rachel in Seattle and Taylor, Washington, by Thursday. I will keep you up to speed on the developments of the journey. And bye for now.